welcome to this week's episode of Urban Legends, the hit internet podcast about urban legends and other similar topics. I am Chris Flynn, and the Bilko to my Doberman is Mr.
Neil Herbert.
Hi Neil, how you doing?
The Bilko to my Doberman. A la Francais there, Chris.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice. I'm trying to reconnect with my Gallic roots.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Didn't know that about me, did you? That I have Gallic roots.
I assumed so.
Yeah, the Flynns were originally from Perpignan.
There you go.
Yeah, Flynn is just the anglicised version of it. It was Fignon originally.
Like so many things originally came over from France.
Oh, of course. Bilko. He was good, wasn't he?
I like Phil Silvers. I was a big fan of the Phil Silvers.
I like Phil Silvers. I think his best thing was Carry On, Follow That Camel, and followed by the Phil Silvers Show, followed by It's a Mad, 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 Mad. I'm not doing the rest.
Yeah, I really don't know what he did other than that. Apparently, he did like a follow-up to the Phil Silvers Show called The Phil Silvers Show 2 or something. But it was like
really?
Factory after the war. Yeah, Phil Silvers Show, Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, no, it wasn't popular because everyone thought, oh, you should be working harder. You should, taking that job seriously. Like people didn't quite like the idea that he was grifting in the army because it was, it was just like a bit of fun. But then when he had like a responsible job, they didn't care for that.
Oh, really?
I imagine the shenanigans were identical to.
They really didn't like it when he became shop steward for the union.
Yeah, that was really went down badly. Kept going on about unionising. That wasn't at all popular.
And he had his mate Doberman who'd go, "Oh, I don't know, boss," like that.
Oh, he's oppressing the workers, boss.
Oh,
I can't let it happen.
I don't know. He's good, that guy. I don't think it was anything else.
The reason this desk kept down.
He's been reading books. He's a Leninist.
He's made me thinking about my position in society. I'm a proletariat. Why do they take on a profit off the back of our work? Yeah, it's controversial.
Oh, boss, the workers should own the means of production.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, they didn't go down well during the McCarthy witch trials.
No, sadly.
Which was when it came out. So.
They didn't read the room very wisely. There you go.
No, they were trying to opine an opposite view, but unfortunately, they all ended up in Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Topcat,
yes. Talking of Phil Silvers,
that was based on animated replica.
Yeah,
annotated version
Bilko,
of Bilko was for literary men like you, Topcat. Did you know in the UK it was called Boss Cat?
I don't recall that.
Yeah, it wasn't allowed to be called Topcat. It was called Boss Cat in this country.
That sounds like a true fact.
It is actually true. It is actually true, and I was looking it up, and so the reason why was because there was complaints in Parliament from an MP from Chipping North called Sir Bamber Topcat. And he said he didn't want to be associated with a con artist on TV. So, like it was kind of plagiarism. So they had to change it to Boss Cat. But of course, Sir Bamber, 6 months later, was arrested to defrauding the public purse of 105 million. None of the money was returned. And he wasn't actually custodially charged, but he had to stand down and was suspended from the Conservative Party for 2 years. So that was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it?
That's a harsh punishment, isn't it? So
after those 2 years, though, he was allowed to
Secretary of State for Business.
He was allowed to stand for MP for Sedgley West, but after a year, he was forced to stand down from there after paying a shell company owned by his dog 135 million for railway maintenance. So. They thought that he might get done for that, but because the money wasn't found, but no criminal charges were ever prosecuted. But he was suspended for 2 years, after which he became
justice was done then. That's good. Yeah.
After which he had the MP for Rutland South, but a year into the investigation, so on and so on and so on. He's in the Lords now. He was put there by David Cameron because he's actually his father-in-law.
Oh, nice. Is he the one who was he was on film? I can't remember. There was this guy. He was in the Lords, and he's going. They caught him on film. He's like hang a lady of the night, if you like. Basically, did explain to her. I was like, well, I can't remember, what do they get paid for turning up? These are like £2,000 or something.
500
like that.
quid or something.
You sign the book, whatever it is. It's like, well, it wasn't for that, darling. You wouldn't be getting paid tonight. And they're all doing a bit of coke.
Nice.
Again, probably no criminal charges wherever.
I'll tell you what, Neil.
I was having a hard time. I've been having a struggle with my family.
After sitting in a room with the people in the House of Lords, I'd probably be getting myself a couple of grams and a lady of the night, wouldn't you?
I mean, you make a fair point. I don't know. Some of them are probably all right. Some of them are probably incredibly insufferable. I suspect the worst ones never actually bother going near the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they just turn up to sign in and then just fuck off again.
Yeah, good job, isn't it?
Easy money if you can get it. Which
Neil, I've been on my kind of health kick and stuff, and that's going well. I've been doing a lot of walking. One of the issues I used to have with walking quite long distances is I get really bad shin splints at the front of my legs. Like burning.
Oh yeah, I used to get that when I was used to work into uni many years ago.
Yeah, horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not nice at all.
I'll tell you what, then these might be. I got a new pair of shoes which I read about on the internet. They're not cheap, I'll be honest, but they're called Canterbury shoes.
Okay.
And what they only come in three.
A flashback, yeah.
Yeah, they only come in 3 sizes, which is Picante, Uva, and Frankenstein.
Well, Frankenstein for me, I think.
Frankenstein for me, yeah. But they've got these really nice kind of soles, like sort of that cushion your arches. And apparently, like they've always had these, but kind of only the kind of priests and stuff used to like wear them. There's like one shop in Canterbury that did them, and some American whiz kid kind of like bought some and was like, "Wow, these are amazing," and sort of bought license to be able to start producing them in somewhere in Southeast Asia. But yeah, they're not cheap, but yeah, I can walk for miles now, Neil, and it's I'm happy, and the doctor's happy as well. So might be worth having a look.
Yeah, I should check into that. Sorry, I was just busy as well looking at Lord Sewell, who will not face charges over drug claims because apparently the video is insufficient. He has, however, apologised for the pain and embarrassment caused by the scandal. I think he quit as well, the House of Lords, so there's something.
Anyway. The thing is, right, yeah, I know, like politicians, eh? I was thinking, because we're having an election at the moment, aren't we? And
we are.
It's pretty timid stuff.
Well, it's been were you kidding? Rip-roaring debate?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Be asked.
Couldn't stomach it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, now, you and I, we're ideas guys, right? And also,
we are both good ones, but
no, but they're ideas, aren't they?
They're ideas, yeah.
They're things which people
bring something to the table for assessment, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
If you straight in the bin, fine. But
you can put your own ideas against it and decide that your ideas are actually better than you thought they were.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy.
A bit of confidence.
It's an aperitif.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe we could do some ideas for the political parties because they seem to be running out of them. I'm trying to think of something sort of alliterative to do it. So like back to basics for brilliant, bold New Britain or something like that. B. So that's the kind of thing that people like, isn't it?
Oh, so, I don't know about doing it because immediately the one that comes back to me is I think Reece will back this. Getting the kids back up chimneys, definitely.
Lovely.
Yeah,
getting kids back up chimneys. That's a good idea.
There's a growth marketplace when really not exploring.
I was thinking because there's the Tories are trying to make out that it's a really big deal, but most of the people in the country have it at like number 20 of their like priorities. But stopping boats, and so for people who aren't in the UK, there are people in France, refugees who don't want to stay in France for whatever reason, and are getting in boats to cross the English Channel to come to Britain, and that's people are making conservative right wingers are making a big deal out of it. It's not that big a deal. It's not big numbers. But I was thinking, an easy way to stop the boats is for Britain to take back northern France like it had in the medieval times, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's called Brittany. It's not called France-any.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Back Calais. Well, I was thinking the other thing we could do, and maybe we could do a teaser here, Chris. So, you know, our water companies have taken the innovative solution of flooding all of our waterways with shit.
And lakes.
All of the waterways. Well, how
Can't
not
go anywhere once it's in a lake.
flush that all in a down the channel and set fire to it, and then we can have like a lake of fire across, you know. Yeah, try and get your boats across
like Greek fire.
Exactly, yeah.
Made of used Johnnies and cocaine.
Yeah, two birds, one stone.
I was thinking, when Britain used to be powerful, we used to do a lot of privateering, so we could get into that. Couldn't we get back into
get the Royal Navy back out, or just anyone in the Merchant Navy, give them a letter of marque.
Yeah, lovely.
Put them off the cruise ships, maybe.
Yes, cruise ships, because then we could steal all the old people's medicine and then use that to prop up the NHS. Oh, yeah. It's a good idea. Now, I've got 3 words for you.
Beautiful.
3 words for you. Mills, mills, mills. Where are all the mills gone? We need to get mills back so we can start making cotton again.
Well, it's in Jerusalem, isn't it, which everyone loves. Where are those dark satanic mills? More of them. Look how proud Blake was. Gazing over that lovely vista.
Well, I think, you know, we need.
When was the last time we had a really good pea super in London, Chris?
Exactly. We need jobs.
Yeah, turn us into a whimsical Dickensian theme park. We're halfway there.
We need jobs for life, whether that be because they're good quality jobs that people can take to retirement, or whether it's because people's lives are cut short while at work. Either way, then, you know, the pension's sorted out, isn't it?
There you go, reducing burden on the state.
Controversial here to some of our listeners, maybe, but I'm all for
hard solutions to hard problems.
They are. I'm all for absorbing Canada back into UK, so we can take over the fur trade.
And the possibilities for maybe
those articles of independence that you have sitting there in Ottawa are not worth the paper they're written on, sir.
Still one king.
Still one king. Exactly.
Just incorporate the kingdoms back together.
And quite simply, Neil, ruffs. Bring back ruffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know.
We're going back further and further on. I'm just trying to think how.
Spice Islands?
Yeah, or kind of like we could do a reverse Danegeld.
What's that then?
We had the Vikings a slap, don't we, for what happened in the 8th century?
Yeah, actually. Do you know what Norway's got? It's got a massive public. It's got a massive public fund.
Nice public fund. Get your own.
Yeah, exactly. Nice public funds.
We'll don't mind if we do.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Goldman Sachs. Oh no, it's all been offshored. Oh. Yeah, so there's some ideas. We'll come up with some more. Neil, did you watch Champions League final?
I did. No, I did. I think you were watching it live, weren't you? I vaguely. I really didn't care who won.
I really hate the commentator, Darren Fletcher. He really annoys me. And I just
thought it was inevitable Real Madrid would win as well. So
I just wrote down one of the amazing sort of new bold things that he said at the start of the match.
What channel was it on, out of interest?
I don't know. I watched it on a legal stream, didn't I?
Oh right, fair enough. Cheeky.
Here's a little diamond from commentator Darren Fletcher. Yeah. There can only be one winner.
Yeah, he's aware of the rules.
Vaguely. Yeah.
I mean, this can't end up in a draw.
Can't end up in a draw. They can't both
it'd be like when the old FA Cups, where they just end up like having to replay the Champions League final
15 times.
Yeah.
That would be good. So my final bit of nonsense before we start the podcast.
Yeah, that's all right. It's a thin one this week, Chris, so don't worry about it.
Good.
Yeah.
So I've been getting into the cyberpunk scene quite a lot now.
Oh, okay. This is the
so I
playing a video game, haven't you?
So I played the game a bit, got bored of it, stopped, and then I started reading / listening to the audiobook. Yeah, Neuromancer, not
well into it.
Not New Romancer. It's not about the new romantics. It's Neuromancer, which is
the same era though. Got big in the early 80s, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. It must have been
There's a bit of that
confusing if
vibe.
you were a cyberpunk back then. I guess, you know what? I guess they're all hanging around in Camden. Didn't matter.
Yeah, well, I think you could get involved with a bit of makeup if you're into cyberpunk.
So because of that, I got back into the computer game cyberpunk, which I'm now enjoying more. Because also you can see a lot of it is just lifted directly from the book, that kind of stuff. So
yeah, well, it was done. Was it Mike Pond or something? Supposedly did it was a tabletop game, but he very much. I would imagine got a lot out of.
Because Willie, whatever that guy's name is, he then did the Matrix and stuff, didn't he? So he's quite an important writer for popular culture.
Yeah, I think. Well, it was Wachowski's, wasn't it? But I think
he wrote.
They were very inspired. Did he write?
Yeah, he wrote a book called The Matrix, which their film's based on.
Oh, is that so? I did not know that.
Yes. There you go, Neil. Look, I knew a book thing more than you. It's impressive, isn't it? So, Neil, I might not know book things, and I might listen to books rather than read them because my eyes get tired.
It's true.
But what I can do, Neil, is I can write, and I can write like a horse. So I've written a cyberpunk book in the style of the cyberpunks. So I'd like to read you an extract of it. As is my way, I write stuff and then I don't read it back and I don't do a second pass or an edit. So we'll just see how it goes.
The enemy of art.
Well, it's straight. It's transport.
That's why the Sistine Chapel was done in
10 minutes.
Yeah,
mainly graffiti.
Yeah.
So, Neil, would you like to hear my cyberpunk tale or part?
I mean, not really, but it's just going to happen, isn't it? So we might as well get it over with.
So I'd like everyone imagine sort of John Carpenter Escape from New York music, like beow, 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 beow.
Nice.
So 1 a.m. I'm on my way to the dead zone of Twilight City, having to make my way on foot again as the Hyperloop's broken. Last thing I need. Above the city, I can see the giant rows of orbital habs circling above the Earth, shining white like a toothy grin, rictus mocking. Only the corpos live up there after the event. They said they needed to escape the layer of scum that now covered the Earth, scum like me.
Wow, this is incredibly derivative.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
I made my way through the wet neon reflected alleys. Scream sheets tossed in the breeze as created by the aircon units hanging out of every window like medieval arses, shitting out second-hand air, germs and all. Need to get to Amstrad Tower before dawn. Been offered a contract to do some crimmy by Xavier Hogwild.
Oh, was Alan Sugar in this?
It might be Xavier Hogwild.
What?
Only know him by reputation.
That's right. What about?
You're ruining my book. Only know him by reputation pays on time. My implants are burning, so I stopped by a vending container to get something for the pain. I pull out my card stash from my pleather trousers, and I select a crypto yen card I lifted from an old neocrat I found dead in the hall of my living space 2 days ago. Poor shit had jacked into the metaverse one too many times.
Yes.
I select a can of moon jizz and a packet of sniff. And I used the card. All went through. I opened the moon jizz and chugged it in one. That's brain cream, I said out loud. I took 2 of the sniffs and put the rest in my pleather vest pocket, 18 for later, I think. As I walk out of the container and pull up my nano hood to avoid some of the wet. As I walk, the sniffs kick into my neural network and I'm looking up at some antique neon signs on the building in front of me. I feel a glitch in my brain and sigh as Tony the Tiger flies down. He starts sucking me off. That's it. Now that's a little.
There you go. That's a strong ending.
Little bit. No, it's only a little bit. It's only like a little bit of a chapter.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It's good, isn't it?
I mean,
maybe I'll write a second chapter for next week.
I think might as well.
Thanks, doing it.
You clearly become inspired by all of this.
Mm.
And the tiger. Is that from the Frosties?
Yes.
Mascot?
Yeah, there's an antique sign. How I had it in my head is there's the antique sign, and then as the sniffs kick in, it kind of comes down at him.
So and because he's overtly sexual, Tony the Tiger. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It could have been worse, couldn't it? Could have been
I think
Michelin Man.
that was the plot of a recent Doctor Who episode, but
Was it? What, Tony the Tiger sexually prowling the streets?
Sexually prowling the streets, yeah.
Well, I mean, they say it's for kids, but, there's something there for the dads too.
Just a little something for the parents.
Something for the dads, yeah. So, Neil, what are we looking at today?
Is what I know Tony the Tiger is. Not enough sugar on Frosties. Right, what are we looking at today? Talking of scatological stuff, so this is... let's start off with an article from Atlas Obscura. I'm going to tease into this.
Okay.
Get to know your Japanese bathroom ghosts.
Oh, hello. Konnichiwa.
Japanese bathroom ghosts. Goodbye. No, thanks, but no thanks. I'll be moving on. No, sorry, listeners. We will not be moving on.
Japanese bathroom ghosts. What a start.
There are several to keep track of, some scarier than others. I did go ahead on this and I did have a look into this, so it's not as distressing as you might think. Japanese bathroom ghost.
I don't think it's distressing at all. It sounds good.
Yeah, I was worried about where it might end up. So, as any horror film can attest, the bathroom can be a scary place.
Yeah, all that washing, liminal spaces between water and air.
From Janet Leigh's infamous shower scene in Psycho to the blood-spewing drain pipes of Stephen King's It, there's no shortage of genuinely startling imagery connected to lavatories. I think that's pretty much the only two. I mean, bathrooms, perhaps. You got like Freddy Krueger and God.
It's more the mirror. The mirrors.
Yeah, mirror in the bathroom, or the
depending how you're feeling.
Well, with Psycho, supposedly, a load of people that was the first time they'd shown a toilet on film, and it was quite shocking to people at the time because it was
what? What's that?
Horrifically impolite. Well, there's still a little bit of this in there because I think.
Fucking hell! What is wrong with people?
Well, things change.
It's like the Victorians hiding table legs so they didn't have sex with it.
Yeah, it was like people used to hide sort of spare loo rolls and things like that, didn't they? It was considered very
under flamenco dancers.
Class A. Oh yeah. So in Japanese folklore,
I've been to Benidorm. That's what that says.
Yeah.
I've been to Torremolinos.
I've been around.
I know the scar.
In Japanese folklore, there are a number of spirits rumoured to appear in bathrooms. I mean, that's because you think of a lot of this as well. It's because
in Japanese folklore, there's a number of spirits rumoured to be everywhere.
Well, it's the thing, because you have the whole kind of like Shinto thing, don't you? Well, I suppose bathrooms go back thousands of years, I suppose, because you would always have it somewhere to go, I guess. I don't know.
Not me. I just dig a hole in the park.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you're in a vulnerable position, aren't you? So I don't know. I wonder how far these go back. Do you know what I mean? Because you think of a bathroom as being a very modern convenience. Although having said that, goes back to Roman times. So
the Romans didn't invade Japan, though, did they?
No, I've got no idea what the level of sewer technology in ancient Japan was, but
I think fairly high.
I think of it, as being a very well.
I think of the Japanese as quite clean people.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying. For some reason, I was kind of thinking, bathroom is something that's good.
Indoor bathroom.
Yeah, you think like indoor, like flushing toilets and things like that. Or kind of like that was like Elizabethan, I think, Thomas Crapper. But anyway,
doesn't matter.
It goes, whatever.
Maybe all bathrooms are built on ancient wood nymph shrines or something.
Just need to find a nice flowing stream. That'd be quite nice, though, wouldn't it? A nice flowing stream or an
dipping your buttocks into the stream
constantly. Yeah, just dip them in.
Like a bidet, terrible bidet. The fish weeping underneath.
You have those little fish they eat like stuff off.
It'd be like Independence Day for them.
Coprophiliac fish.
There's a giant arse comes out of the sky.
I said this wasn't going to go to a disgusting place, and it turns out we just ended up there by ourselves.
You led the party.
Yeah, well, there we go.
There we go.
Sorry, Japan. We underestimated you and overestimated ourselves. That's hubris. Right. Number of spirits are rumoured to appear in bathrooms. Some reach out from the inside of the toilets. Others whisper through the stall walls. Each one has its own grim story and particular behaviour. And they all share
others stick their penises through holes in the stall walls.
Well, yeah.
I'm a ghost.
Known as a Glorio. I didn't mention that.
No, that's very much corporeal.
Yeah, so this is but anyway, yada yada yada. So this is about a Japanese toilet ghost, basically, or a yokai, which is a that's kind of like a Japanese malevolent spirit, I believe. So there's a whole host of these. They're kind of like demons or something, or poltergeists in Japanese lore. Also, I looked up. There's one called Mononoke. Apparently, it's kind of like means malevolent spirit or something like that.
Okay,
So Princess Mononoke, yeah, from the Studio Ghibli, or something along those lines. Remembering. So let's have a look. Yeah, Foster describes bathrooms as liminal spaces in that they connect the normal everyday world to a whole different world realm, namely the sewer.
That's what I said, isn't it?
And again, if you've got in Britain with our water companies, that liminal world is now washing up a lot of our lakes and beaches.
Yeah, the veil has been breached.
Yeah.
The veil is thin now.
Oh, yes. Between the two worlds.
Between the two worlds. The sewage kingdom and the above ground kingdom, the veil has been breached. Thanks to Southern Water.
We'll be covering up by 2030, though, supposedly we'll stop flushing.
Provided they're allowed to up our bills by 120%.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
Because they gave all of the money to shareholders.
Yeah, well, like any responsible company would. Handling public utilities. Anyway, in that sense, the bathroom is a place of transition.
I think we're the only country in the world still that privatised water.
It's good, isn't it? Makes a lot of sense, given it's such a highly competitive market, not at all a monopoly. Yeah, I've thought that one through very thoroughly.
So literally like the thing that we're made 80% of and we need to survive. Yeah, privatise it. Come on. They need it. You get loads of money out of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Literally money for old rope. Yeah, what are you going to do? Not drink? Good luck with that.
That's why I only drink rainwater now.
No, exactly. That's
terribly sick. Because of all the privatised fossil fuel companies, unfortunately.
Yeah, in that sense, the bathroom is a place of transition. It's a portal to a mysterious other world. Even though we generally flush things down, it would not seem surprising for something mysterious to come up through the toilet. A hand reaching up through the toilet is just one of the possible creep outs a Japanese bathroom ghost might visit on someone. It depends what that hand's looking to do. It's like if
it's a tickly boy, well,
no, I don't want that. I don't want not while I'm at stool.
Really?
If he's going to clean up after me, that's fine. Like a spectral groom of the stool, then
like an AI's nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you thought you were going to take over the world. We just put you in toilets.
Yeah.
Get wiping. We'll do the writing and painting, thanks.
So it should be. So anyway, this is one of these ghosts. This is one of these yokai. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Yeah, and but just to let you know, there's a whole spectrum of there's a whole pantheon of Japanese toilet ghosts. So it's nice.
Lovely. Maybe our next Christmas special.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that could be. Right, so moving on then to a yokai a day.
Keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, exactly. Website by Matthew Mayer, who apparently is the yokai guy.
Is he?
Yeah. So this article from October 27th, 2010. A yokai
do you reckon he wears do you reckon he's got a knitted jumper that is mum did with yokai guy written on the front? And like a Hello Kitty in the corner?
Well, he might be like, what was his name? Who was the Tim the Yowie?
Tim the Yowie, man.
He was a bit of a legend, wasn't he?
Your hero, your spiritual king.
My guru. More hating lakes than bothering about Yowie.
Yeah, he's not bothering about the Yowie. He just really hates lakes. But
just screaming at inadequate bodies of water. Oh, look, yeah, he's on Twitter. Let's have a look. See if he's a lunatic.
I mean, more than likely, eh? Oh no, he was part of Gamergate.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's the first things. The pinned one's just some stuff like the kanji, which I obviously cannot read. Then there's another thing about how many Japanese mermaid species can you name? I think you just stick. I mean, to be fair, if you want,
he's a Japanese folklorist.
Yeah, so he's interested in Japanese folklore. No, fair enough. He's
good.
He's sticking to the point. So good luck to him.
Good.
insofar as I've looked into, I take no blame if it turns out he's got horrific opinions or whatever. John, I hope it's not the case. And his website's quite nicely put together. It looks quite, I imagine he seems like he's an artist. He's got a bit of talent.
That's good.
So, for the last 5 paintings, I wanted to do the named more famous ghosts from Japan, like the one I did of Gigose a few days back. Something about these individual monster lessons is so compelling that they, as single characters, have kept par with the legends of bizarre and fantastic yokai that have filled Japan's folklore over the centuries. Like the Jersey Devil or Bigfoot.
We practiced this before we came on air, Neil.
That's why
you've over practiced.
I was worried.
I was hoping that it was going to get muscle memory because I know you've never called it. You've never heard of it before, have you?
Japan.
Japan.
This is how my character can feel a lot more personal than your ordinary spook.
Oh, nice and well. I mean, if it's reaching your genitals through the toilet, it's fairly personal, isn't it?
Hanoko San. Who amongst us hasn't been scared of using a toilet at one point or another?
Me. I've never been scared of using a toilet. Maybe a little
kid.
Maybe a little bit when I was in Australia because of stories of spiders under the bowl.
I just think things do crawl up toilets from time to time. So, but I can't say.
I mean, that's Australia for you. You have monsters everywhere.
Take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah. Just have a couple of these, please.
Yeah. Probably colours and get on with it. When I was a kid, I was afraid there was a lobster in our toilet that would sneak up and pinch my bottom one. I couldn't say.
You're weird.
You're a
weird guy.
And of course, the public restrooms on I-95. Who wouldn't be scared of those? So I'm picturing kind of like that toilet from Train Spotting or something. I assume they were filthy.
Yeah, or Hostel.
Yeah. What I remember most being scared of, though, was the ghost that lived in the bathroom mirror that we used to try to summon at sleepover parties.
Oh, the Bloody Mary thing.
Yeah. Sometimes it was the Candyman, sometimes it was Bloody Mary. But there was a morbid horror about the fact that you were actually inviting someone to come into your home and destroy you. And that was probably what was so fun about it. Hanako, or Toru no Hanaka, Hanako of the toilets, as she's known in Japan, is a somewhat modern ghost.
Oh, nice. Thoroughly, got a job.
Yeah.
Shares parenting duties.
She's living life on her terms, Chris.
She's very much like...
That's your problem.
I'm not saying that it's linked, but she came out as soon as Sally McBeal came in.
Yeah. His mom goes, she doesn't have a distinct origin, but reports of her go back to the 1950s.
Like Ally McBeal.
Yeah. And can be found in every school in every prefecture across Japan. She is the Bloody Mary of Japanese elementary schools.
Ooh.
The legend of Hanako tells a ghost of a young girl who haunts a bathroom. Some legends say she was an abused child who was chased down and finally caught by her angry parent in the school's bathroom. Some modern tales claim she's a student who committed suicide in the girls' bathroom, and others say she was a victim of a school that was burnt down during one of the World War II bombing raids. She was playing hide and seek and hid out in the bathroom when the bomb struck. In most stories, though, it is agreed she died and thus now resides in the third stall of the third floor bathroom.
Okay.
She waits there, ready to be summoned by daring or curious children. So, yeah, this is the thing, apparently. You go up to the third, it's got to be third floor, third stall.
I mean, my school was all right, then, because it's only two high.
3 stories. So.
Nah.
Never going to meet him.
Never going to meet him.
It is said that she could be summoned by knocking on her stall 3 times.
It's a lot of threes, isn't there?
I don't know, to have the same... I mean, it's...
Three's a magic number,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I asked, Hanako-san, are you there?
Hello?
If she is there, she will reply, yes, I am, in a quiet little girl's voice. And that's when you run out of the bathroom.
Is it? So this could be quite fun, couldn't it? Because you could basically just get someone to go and hide in the stall and then trick someone to go and do it. And then they go, run off. So it's good because it can be used for tricksing, can't it? Unlike Bloody Mary, which is quite difficult to use for tricksing because you have to come out of a mirror and murder someone.
It would be quite tricky to actually prop up, a rig mirror or something. But and I've seen this. There's a famous. There's a YouTube clip where a guy somehow
what comes out of the telly.
Yeah, he rigged up a puppet coming out of the telly. Did like the ring on his.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah,
it's quite funny and quite shocking, but she quite understandably completely shit. So.
Yeah, no, I've seen a few.
Wouldn't you? Just while you're waking up and that came out, regardless of how much your rational brain is working.
Yeah,
and it's really dark room and everything as well. But yeah, she's probably loses her shit. Needs to run out.
it's. Have you seen any of Think You Should Leave with Tim Robbins? There's my favourite sketch on that is a sketch where basically there's this guy sort of explaining how he thought like he's going, because he's really intense, like as a sort of character, Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
He's going, and I thought, like, I thought there was a monster coming through my dog flap, and it turns out that his neighbour had put like a clown mask on a pig because they were having a row, but now he can't get it out of his head, and he realised at that point when he thought a monster was going to kill him that his family and his job meant nothing to him, and now he's got to live with that because he thought there was a monster because of his neighbour, and it's that kind of weird thing.
Get that. I was going to say, yeah, I don't condone.
It would shit you up, no matter who you are. Yeah.
No, exactly. Well, I think it's quite. I'd be. I don't think that's the sort of prank you should pull on someone because it's.
No, yeah. I like that one where the quite famous meme prank where that guy is dressed up like in Halloween stuff, and he's in an American high school, and he jumps out of a bin at this guy, like to try and scare him. The guy just. Like reactions, just throws a punch and sparks him completely out.
I was going to say, it's kind of like you see those in the game, you wouldn't want someone to get hurt, but it's kind of like you kind of deserve that.
Yeah, he goes like bang, down. Yeah, I mean, like good reactions from that guy. Like
I was going to say,
he's got fight, not flight, hasn't he?
He's going to say, taking care of business. Was arrested for assault 3 years later.
Oh yeah, he's in jail. He was an African American kid, so he's serving life.
Anyway, yeah, so she'll reply, yes, I am, in a quiet little girl's voice. The store will open up a bit, and when the student looks in to investigate, the ghost of little Hanako, wearing a red skirt with her hair done up in an old-style bun.
Very nice.
Pull her into the toilet and down to hell.
Oh, nice. You go through the toilet down to hell.
So that's how you get to hell. So, if we wanted to go to Stowe Cemetery sometime, Chris.
Yeah, if you want gates of hell and all that.
Yeah. The toilet, if you want a quick route.
Well,
you go 3rd floor, 3rd stall. Not.
So I'm just going to say it, Neil. I don't think I can fit down a toilet.
I definitely can't.
No.
Well, I'm assuming like usual physics.
Barely fit on a toilet.
Because most people...
I don't think I can get. I mean, I can get down a toilet.
I think it would be like a
portal, like Jamie and his magic torch or something.
Just like magically drag you down. I don't think many people could squeeze down. Maybe Swiggy in her prime.
Yeah, or a Japanese child.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, flushing themselves down the toilet all the time.
Always falling down toilets.
Probably how this myth started, yeah.
Yeah, always slipping away. They've got
Well, it's likely they flush themselves down the toilet, sadly. It does happen. However, it may have been a Hanako ghost. We can't rule that out.
I've heard that there are groups of up to 7,000 children that live in the Tokyo sewers who fell down the toilets and then just formed a new society, like Lord of the Flies style. Yeah. That's actually where the idea for the film Battle Royale came from.
Yes.
It was flushed Japanese children. Self-flushed. It's not child cruelty.
No, I mean, it's an accident, isn't it?
In some ways, you think maybe they could put some chicken wire over or something, but
narrower pipes or something.
But unfortunately, that's bad swing fei. So can't do it.
There you go.
It's the problem with being an aesthetician of a society.
Well, that's the benefit. So the version my wife grew up with in elementary school, a girl who goes to the bathroom by herself sometimes hear a voice asking her if she wants to be friends.
Do you want to be friends?
If the poor kid is smart and tries to save her life by saying yes, Hanako's ghost will come down and drag her through the toilet to hell. Oh. If the kid says no, Hanako will simply cut her to pieces. Okay. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
What's better?
I suppose, like, instant death is better than going to hell, given
Well, I don't know. Depends what hell's like.
I don't know what's Japanese hell. Do I want to get into the metaphysics of this? I mean, assuming if it's like eternal torment, I don't know if I want to... I'm not familiar with... Because, like, in Buddhism, I don't know, it depends on what we mean as well. What?
Yeah. Don't know, Neil. I wouldn't get too lost in your
No,
in
I'm
your
now
thoughts there?
consulting Encyclopedia Britannica. Apparently, it's ruled over by Emma-O, the Japanese Lord of Death. He consults the death by... Also, hell, it's more just kind of like the afterlife by the sounds of this.
Oh, okay.
So he's consulted in the examination, dead by 2 disembodied heads who rest on pillars either side of him, female and the male. One has the power of perceiving the sinner's most secret faults, and the other can detect any misdeed.
Okay.
Damnation is not eternal.
Oh, good.
So it's more like purgatory, actually.
So hell sounds all right then.
Yeah, to be fair.
I'm
And
comfortable.
there's 8 great hells and 16 lesser hells, apparently.
Oh,
So,
fuck's sake.
It's all getting a bit complicated, but
yeah.
Right, we'll give that a miss.
I'll probably go to. I'll go to hell. I'll go to hell.
Right, fair enough. We're going to hell.
Yeah.
I might get chopped up, but either or. Mind you, doesn't rule out going to hell anyway. I mean, you die either way, doesn't it?
Yeah, but on one of them you're getting chopped up.
But you get reincarnated. Yeah, I suppose that'd be a bit more.
Or do you fancy your chances against a Japanese schoolgirl ghost in a square go? Is that what you're saying?
I know she's got a knife, but yeah.
Rip the sink off the wall.
Yeah.
Come on then.
Let's see how this pans out.
Nice toilet pun there. Pans out.
Nice. Of course, any kid who is like me will probably just seek her out anyway. And maybe they'll grow up to be obsessed with ghosts and monsters too. So yeah, you can avoid no, sorry, I've missed a paragraph. So yeah, she's not the only school bathroom ghost in Japan, not even the scariest. And there's actually stories where she'll protect children from other bathroom-related ghosts, which will be easily avoided, but you probably seek her out. So he's done a picture of her. Now, what was quite interesting here, apparently, like Japanese school toilets, they're kind of quite
futuristic.
No, it looks more like a urinal. It's kind of like got this long, and it looks like she's crawling out of the toilet. So there's I don't know. There seems to be a very long. Let me share with you and you see what you think. It's kind of like
if I type Japanese toilets, I'm just going to get ones that sing songs and stuff.
I did this, exactly. Ones or have bidets built in and things like that, and just quite advanced. Let me just pop in the chat for you. You can have a look. I didn't want to do too extensive research into toilets because, I was worried what it might bring up. But yeah, when I did do a quick Google, they all just look like, as you say, there's a lot of just kind of.
Oh, so they're on the floor.
Yeah, it's like on the floor, and you just kind of like you almost like one of these squat over it, like the old-fashioned French.
It's like the old French toilets.
Yeah,
squatting Betties.
So I think you've got that porcelain bit at the back, and then there's quite a long kind of bowl.
Yeah,
and she seems to be coming out of the bowl's quite big. If you relation, I think the perspective's a bit skew on this painting, but I think the intention is it's like coming out of.
Yeah, it's like on the floor, like
like
you get in ski resorts, unbelievably. From the one time I've been skiing when I was a kid. Not easy to use when you're wearing ski boots.
Well, no, but there you go, and salopettes. Well, that's pretty much the story from a yokai a day. And I did do a couple of other articles here as well. Let's just have a look, see if there's much more to. Well, there is a film which we'll go through quickly. So, Hanoko San from Villains Wiki. Villains. This article's content is marked as mature, Chris.
Is it?
It may include coarse language, sexual references, and/or graphic violent images.
My 3 favourite things.
Yada. So it's got
Brett me with a good time.
Yeah. Again, the toilet is kind of like it's got a very elongated bowl here as well, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's just how they are, Neil.
Well, that's fine.
It's just how they are.
It's just interesting. I didn't realise that was a thing.
So I think toilets like that are better for your bowels.
Yes, because you squat more. Yeah.
Because you're squatting more.
Yeah.
But I think that the toilets we have here are more comfortable.
You get used to it. That's what you're used to, isn't it?
Nope.
So, due to its nature as an urban legend, various origins explaining how Hanoko San became a yokai. Goes to World War II, victim of a plane crash, lingering soul after a suicide, atomic bomb, Hiroshima of Nagasaki.
Why not?
Yeah. Regardless of origin, stories agree she fell in the third stall or third bathroom, and a spectre now resides in there. To summon her, you must walk into the girl's bathroom, knock thrice, and ask who is there. Depending on the version, you can be dragged into hell, either by an ethereal hand or Hanako San herself, or become the latest meal for a three-headed lizard.
Oh,
He does not explain where the three-headed lizard is coming from. Up out the toilet, one assumes. And then they've got a gallery, and I don't know whether these are like AI generated or what, or they're from J horror movies, but there's like the black-haired girl coming over a toilet store.
Right, like off of The Ring.
Yeah, like off of The Ring. And then there's one who's like hiding in the corner of a toilet store.
Right.
So there you go. That's from Villains Fandom. Have a quick look at the wiki. Oh, there's a film called Hanoko San. Hanoko San of the Toilet. Also known as School Mystery or Phantom of the Toilet.
Mm.
This is a 95 Japanese horror film. So quite recent. Based on the urban legend. On a first day at a new school, a young transfer student is seen leaving the last stall in the girls' bathroom. They believe a young girl named Hanako San committed suicide in that stall. The spirit remains there. They avoid using the stall, and then they start spreading rumours that she's Hanako San herself. And they also believe she's responsible for a series of child homicides that are occurring in the area around the school. So they assume she's come to a school in search of victims. The real murderer decapitates the school goat one day. Which raises further suspicions against Mizuno, since she was the one appointed to feed the animal that day. That's an unfortunate coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're going, did you not understand what we're asking you to do here?
Yeah. No, you feed the goat, not
feed the goat. Not
do the Godfather.
Not stop it being hungry.
Yeah. Wanting to see if Mizuno truly is Hanako San, the classmates decide to lock her in the last stall overnight, surmising if she's still there in the morning, she must not be Hanako San. How does that work?
Well, because if she is, then she'd disappear off into the toilet.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know.
It doesn't make a lot of logic to me. Unbeknownst to Mizuno's classmates, the child killer is lurking around the school and he eventually confronts Mizuno and one of her friends. Although, they haven't locked her in the stall at this point, one assumes. The real Hanako San then appears.
Okay.
And is revealed to be a benevolent spirit. She summons a mob of students to the school and they surround the killer, preventing him from escaping until the police and other adults arrive.
So they didn't tie him in a chair and use different tools on him, like in Lady Vengeance, the South Korean film.
Yeah. That's how it should have ended. Yeah, I think this is more of a kid's movie.
Well, no, because there's a child murder in it, so...
Oh, that's fine. No,
that's all right.
It's easily one of the best Japanese horror movies aimed at pre-teen audiences.
Okay.
So it's not even young adult. It's like
you grow up.
This is like Roald Dahl. I mean, Roald Dahl's quite nice though. I don't remember him having genuine child killers. But
I don't know.
They were kind of close to it. I don't know. They love like crocodiles and stuff like that. It was all quite. I mean,
but crocodiles be crocodiling.
Yeah, but you know, kids quite like those like nasty stories, don't they? It's kind of like Roald Dahl.
Speak for yourself. I only like stories about teddy bears.
That's fair enough. Yeah, so that's the film. Pretty much it, to be honest with you.
That's all right.
There's not. I mean, to be honest with you, there's only something you can get out of it. You know, hangs around the toilet, drags you down to hell, or according to the film version, benevolent ghost who's out for catching, kind of like a Miss Marple of the spirit world. You know,
a toilet-based Miss Marple.
Yeah.
But with vengeance on her
why
mind.
not? Hey, why not?
Yeah.
It's a fresh look.
Yeah.
It's adaptable. But yeah, there you go. So, I mean, I don't know what we were expecting out of a...
about this.
The Reddit forum, why is it called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun? Let's have a look. Because that's what the urban legend is. Yeah, thanks for that. Have you seen Red Harry Potter? You know how Money Myrtle is bound to the toilet? It's like that. No, I haven't seen Red Harry Potter. Not interested. Oh, right, yeah, but that makes it sound like bondage porn, which isn't, and some anime is, so I can see why they did that.
What does?
The English name makes sense regarding the plot, but I don't like the translation either. The original name is, which is not easy to translate, The Bound Boy, Hanako-kun, even though it's a little girl from what we've been reading.
Right.
So I think Reddit's lying to me again.
It always does, doesn't
basically, it's, whatever.
So, Neil.
Reddit's not got much to say on the matter.
Good. If only that were the case for more. So, Neil, spookiness.
Scores. Yeah, I think this is quite spooky, especially if it's kind of like. I mean, it's obviously aimed at kind of like kids going to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. I mean, that
a lot of kids are scared of toilets as well for whatever reason. I never was. I'd never understood it, but I mean, they are. I guess because
but I think you're vulnerable at that moment, aren't you? It's like when you see like.
Whereas I feel at my most predatory when I'm on the toilet.
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
Ready to pounce.
Yeah. That's the problem. You're the thing. That
all my synapses are firing at that point.
I mean, it's the thing, isn't it? Because you're in a position of vulnerability. It's like if somebody suddenly, like, I don't know if you've had that thing where somebody like rattles too hard on the door when you're on the toilet. Yeah. That annoys me, and it's like
it's annoying.
I wouldn't say it scares me, but you still feel vulnerable, don't you? Because you're sat there on the toilet. It's like bursting in on you when you're about to take a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be like, oh, photo, 50 quid for a photo.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you could knock me down.
I'm not bothered. Like, people want to have a look at me on the toilet. They're more than welcome. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to look at it, but,
No.
At the end of the day,
everyone's horrified at the end of the day.
It's not hurting me in any way, and maybe it brings them some pleasure or pain. But maybe that's the pleasure. I don't know.
Fair enough. I just think you're in a position of vulnerability. And anyway, whatever. Different strokes, different folks. So I think there's that kind of thing. And then the idea of a ghost being, and because it's like you're saying,
and you're at school, and your parents aren't there,
or something like that. Yeah, you're at school, your parents aren't there, and there's that whole, everything's kind of more febrile when you're that kind of age, isn't it? So and then just the idea of social embarrassment and all of that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it's quite spooky. I mean, it doesn't really do much. I mean, I say it doesn't do much. It drags you down to hell, or a three-lizard or chops you up. So that's pretty. Yeah, I'm going to give it an A. It's pretty fucking spooky. Getting massacred or dragged to hell while you're trying to have a shit.
So, the social. Yeah, so I guess when you're a kid, like now, I'm sort of not really bothered about. I don't really have social anxiety particularly. I mean, like, some. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not that embarrassed about stuff anymore. I think the thing
is once
you've been through the ringer a few times, you know what I mean?
Oh, you just become jaded.
Yeah, just completely jaded.
You know what the worst that can happen is, and it's happened, so just get on with it, really.
It happens, unfortunately, a very regular occurrence, at very regular intervals.
More mundane and more terrifying than you could have anticipated when you were a kid.
But yeah, school toilets, were they scary when we were growing up? I don't know.
I remember scary, but I could see you.
I remember people seeing who could wee the highest up the wall. So that's kind of more the stuff that goes on in British toilets. See who could piss the highest.
I can't remember that, doesn't it? It didn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess in other countries as well. Like I think school toilets, like people getting a bog washed, we'd call it, getting their heads flushed.
Yeah, I think
squirty, I think they call it.
Things like that. And again,
I think it's out of the sight of teachers, so it's a lawless place. So I guess for kids it can be scary and stuff. I mean, the scariest thing for me was the fact that the toilet paper which they gave you was
rock hard.
Was like tracing paper, and it was really painful on a youngster's arse.
It was far from luxurious.
Thanks, Maggie.
I suspect it's better these days. I would hope so. Yeah, it was just like greaseproof paper, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was greaseproof paper. Yeah.
What was that?
Where do you want this box? Kitchen or toilet?
It's the same thing.
Half and half. Just split it in half.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember school toilets?
Do you remember?
Well, do you remember back then?
Greaseproof paper.
Greaseproof paper in the toilet.
Right, wasn't it? I loved it.
Oh, it's
now, 3-ply pillow soft fucking memory foam.
Now, they're some fucking lamb's wool.
Little pricks.
Oh, to bring back national service. Oh, you're going to.
Brilliant.
I might not vote for reform now.
The thing is, because I should be quite annoyed about the whole national service thing, but then I realised I'm far too old for it, so I don't really care. if it is completely.
I like the fact that anyone under the age of 85 has never done national service. So all these fucking older fucking
any of these wankers who are
yeah.
like, it do them some good. You fucking go and do it yourself.
It's like, do you know, like these people, like these sort of elder boomers, sort of somehow kind of think that they fought in the war or something, and it's like, well, no, you weren't even born. And they're like, oh yeah, but rationing, or do you know what I mean? It's like, because we had rationing in this country up until 1986. Right, so I'm going to give it 7 spookiness. Believability, not very believable. But
what? Everyone knows that the portal to hell is in a toilet. Why wouldn't the ghost be there?
3 floors up.
Just having a look, seeing what's what.
3 floors up at the furthest.
It's got to be 3 by 3. That's the magic number, isn't it?
At the furthest point from the sewer.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
You're going to revise this to a 10.
You've got your mind in human physics, man. We're talking about the metaphysical.
Oh, yeah.
No, not very believable, but probably kids find it believable in that. I don't know, 3.
Something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Number between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
Vague justification.
On the low end.
Everyone stop listening by this point anyway.
It's good.
It's the most tedious part.
I know I have.
I've done clocked out half an hour ago. Right. What we believability? Yeah, it's not very believable, is it? Toilet ghost. 2. Fuck it.
2. All right, narrative premise now.
This isn't too bad. I think because it's funny. I mean, I haven't seen any kind of like. There was a real period like late 90s, from like Ring and stuff, like the original. I prefer the original Japanese version as well, like that J horror.
Yeah, Ringu.
And it's really like good, suggestive kind of like. There's some really cool kind of like old version of these films as well, or like your. I mean, Battle Royale is slightly different, I know, but or the Suicide Circle is. And I've not seen one of those kind of things for a while, but they've got a kind of unique atmosphere, like Korean or Japanese movies with these kind of horror movies.
Korea's kind of overtaken it as kind of the creative powerhouse, isn't it?
Cinema-wise, yeah. I mean, you've got
and TV and music.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah. I guess you've got K-pop, haven't you? So it's kind of like
but massively overtook J-pop.
Yeah, well, there you go. I've not been keeping enough an eye on it, but
well, it's because Japan has 70 million pensioners and 3 people under 30.
Let's not have the creative arts now, unfortunately. And all of them are in baby metal. So it's kind of I think it's one of those ones you could work on that, but I wonder whether it might end up becoming a bit derivative, like something like a Dark Water or one of those things. There's only so many times you could see a black-haired child ghost looking.
But it doesn't have to be black-haired. Nothing I've said.
No, there's nothing of this is written into stone. And actually, I think it could make quite.
What about a lovely redhead?
An effective horror movie.
Balls,
and I think there's different origins of her story, and as you can see from the film, actually turned them into a good person. It was actually a benevolent ghost. Mm-hmm. Maybe it could be benevolent on a malicious. So I think there's a few things you could do with it. It's not major, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think there's room for manoeuvre here.
So I don't mind narrative premise. I mean, I've heard of mirror ghosts, but I've not heard much in the Western canon for ghosts coming out the toilet, particularly. Yeah. There's kind of like alligators coming up through toilets and stuff, like that kind of stuff, but not ghosts. So it's fairly novel. So I'm going to give it a 5. And Reach, so well known in Japan, clearly. It's like a big. So for the narrative premise thing, actually, I'm going to add a point because I like the fact that it's one which the kids can do to scare each other. Yeah. It's like a little bit of fun, isn't it? Like, oh. So.
Hanoko San.
Yeah, like, you got to go up and do it. Yeah. So I quite like that. Reach, so I think it's very well known in Japan. I don't think it's very well known out of Japan. It doesn't sound very old. There is a film, so overall I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah, that's probably about fair. I'll give it a 4 as well.
Cool. That's 40 overall fun points. So
that's about right, isn't it?
Right in the middle. So if you are a toilet ghost, please feel free to get in touch, or for anything else at herb.legends.podcast@gmail.com. We are not currently on social medias because I decided to have a break from social media, and actually I've found it's been quite positive to do. So
it's a
I'm quite enjoying not being on it, to be honest. So if you do want to get in touch, email, be your best. And yeah, leave a comment or rating and stuff. That'd be really nice of you to do as a little thank you for us for enjoying thing that we've done.
Just knock on the star rating if you can be bothered.
Be nice.
Just let us know.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of this series.
We're not far off. Was it two more to go?
3 more, I think. But the big ones coming up, as far as I can remember. So
I know it's a big one to end off on. I think we've only got 2 more. I
might be 2, but both of them, we'll see how it goes. But they may or may not be double parters. I'll just say that they're that big. There's a lot to be said.
That's bold claim, Chris. I'm not convinced about that, but there we go.
I'm a bold guy, Neil. That's how I
and it never backfires.
Never once backfires.
Well, hey, let's see.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, we'll see, and you'll see too, whether you like it or not, on this Urbane Legends, the podcast. Love you all. Have a nice week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's an Urbane Legend. Oh yeah. Hello, girls and Greg. Oh, I'd give it my best. White and white, please, John. Right, Steve, you so rag.